Well, welcome back. It's a nice hot day. We've changed location, and the old one with me, the decrepit one, has decrepit. He's decrepit. He's hiding around the back in a chair in the shed. But doesn't matter. Got to keep him warm, otherwise he'll fall asleep. And then his wife will be on to me. Right, what we're going to do is just have a quick word. Let's have a quick word on drills in the military. Now, the term bayonet itself dates back to the second half of the 16th century. But it's not clear whether the bayonet at that time were knives, types of pen knives, or anything, because Cotgrave's 1611 directory describes the bayonet as this kind of small, flat pocket dagger finished with knives, or a great knife twanged at the girdle, so that's what you say. Likewise, this Pierre Boral wrote in 1655 that a kind of long knife called the bayonet was made in Bayonne, but did not give any further description of it. Now, in the army, we practice. Now the trouble is, with bayonet fighting, you can't practice with a real bayonet. The War Department is not all that concerned how many people you stab, because they can't afford that. But they're concerned just in case you damage the end of the bayonet, and then they'll have to pay someone to fix it. Right? So what they've done, they brought out a type of rifle. And when I say that bayonet fighting, it was a sport, and it was also a sport where you fought other regiments, and that there is a coin or a medal presented, just look at the back to check, 1922, for the Royal Marine Artillery. And because it's bronze, I think they can third. We got one then for the Royal Marines. And this one is dated 1939. This one is 1916. So they were still doing bayonet practice in the middle of the war. And I suppose it was to chain to charge people with bayonets so they can get into trenches and use them. And there's another one here for a tournament, again for Southern Command. So it's not only a drill in the army, it's also a sport. Now what the army come out with is a weapon where you can stab all day. We used to issue the two ones who's doing the fighting with big, bulky sheepskin coats, and they protected the front. And then once they'd done that, they got this rifle, and it is a bayonet fighting rifle. This one was brought in and reused in 1914, and it's stamped 1914. They were used before in the Boer War, and if you go to the Regimental Museum in Brecon, you'll see the sack rifle, you'll see a shield, and that was for the 1800s, where the borders, or the 24th Regiment fought and won at the Royal Tournament. Out the weapon. It's exactly the same weight as a 303 with a bayonet attached, and this part represents the bayonet. And what they used to do, like I said, we put on this bulky coat and they'd actually stab each other, and they'd put chalk on the end, right? Chalk on it, and then when they stabbed someone, they didn't just, they actually went in with a full thrust. Held the weapon, you got down, and it was a full thrust. And when this hit you, I will now get someone's hand. Right, do it again. I'll do it in slow motion this time. And when you pull back, the chalk on the end had left a mark. And you had certain areas, and it was a killing mark. So, very nice weapon. Like I say, this one is 1914, bought in the war because they couldn't afford to lose men, but they stabbed each other. The medics were very good at that. They were better when I was in that, I would check. I think Bill back there needs a medic at the moment. So that is a bayonet rifle. Now they also issued a book on bayonet fighting. And I don't know why it cost a shilling, because I don't know why anybody would be non-military or would buy it, unless they walk in the streets with bayonets. But it's a good illustration of the techniques of fighting. Anybody wants or a copy of it for 1 or 2 shots, I can take 1 or 2 out and email them from, if you ask, and give me your email address. Because of copyright, I can't do the full book, I'm only allowed the percentage of it. And I'm good inclined, and I don't want to do bad things. Right? But it even got, this one here is very interesting. This one here is the bayonet mounted. But this officer here has lost his horse, and he doesn't realise it's not there because his legs are still open for the horse. But never mind, if you're a private soldier, you'd have the horse there. So the bayonet was used quite, in the early days, it was used quite a lot. There is a story that where the bayonet was made in Bayonne is that in the early centuries that raiders would come in and they'd steal the food from villagers and take it, and the villagers would be left with nothing. And what they'd done, they got knives and they tied them at the end of sticks, shotguns at the end, and when the raiders come in, they attacked them and they got it back, and that's why it's called bayonet, or bayonet. Anyway, where it's come from. Yeah. Right, that's basically bayonet fighting. If anybody wants any more information about it, you know what to do. Ring the bell, Press share, and another one you got to do, and nobody up on PC.
Comments.
Bottom comments, right? Richie's in the background doing this. So that is the bayonet. As I said before, stay safe, stay well, stay indoors, and look after yourself and your neighbours. Okay? Keep safe. Right. So the second half of the 16th century. But it's not clear whether the bayonet